Hello friends, this is Chattin with Chaz. Tonight I got Tantrum. We got Jody Edwards, the leader of the band, Mike Kerrigan, one of the biggest fans. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
A little bit about Tantrum. They were formed in 2012. They are a rock tribute band, 70s, 80s, and 90s, and in 2015 they won the Queen City Music Award for Best Rock Band. If you've ever seen them, you will definitely understand why. These guys absolutely rock. All right, so I will say that you guys have one of the biggest fan bases, one of the most strong fan bases I've seen. Talk about that. Talk about your fans and what they mean to you.
To us, fans are everything. You know, without the fans, there would be absolutely no reason for us to be out here doing what we're doing. It's taken us a long time to build up the fan base that we have. I mean, I was telling you a bit earlier, we've been almost 6 years. The band has been almost 6 years. A couple of different formations, but probably in the last three and a half years is probably when we built our biggest fan base. You know, the fans that come out and they support us week in, week out, like Mike Kerrigan does. You know, this speaks volumes to us, and we love each and every one of them. And Mike is by far our biggest cheerleader, and I don't know what we would do without him sometimes, because he always makes sure that people know, you know, when shows are coming up, and he's, you know, just, you know, people like Mike are just invaluable to us. Invaluable.
All right, Mike. Now, on the Tantrum Maniac Facebook page, you are definitely a leader in that. You know, it seems like every weekend you're talking about how great the band is, which is true. But, you know, your support is one of the reasons why Tantrum continues to have the success they have. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, well, I just like to go see them, and they're fun to watch. They get along so good together, and they're so amazing in the way they play. It just seems like it gets better every time they play.
Yes, I agree. And, you know, we were talking before this about the chemistry. Go into that a little bit about the chemistry you have with your bandmates.
That's vital, you know, and whenever I look at bringing new members into the band, we just brought a new member in about a month ago in samples on drums. The first thing I do is I talk to them. I want to get to know them as a person, you know, to find out, okay, is this person going to fit with us? And that's chemistry in a band. When you ask anyone that's had a successful band over the years, to me, that's the most important thing. Is this person going to fit with the band? You know, are they a good musician? Yeah, you want to make sure that's there, obviously. But you also want to make sure that their personality is going to fit with the band as well. And I'm very blessed that, you know, I've surrounded myself with some excellent people. Not only excellent musicians, but also excellent people. So that's the key to everything in my opinion.
Mike, what do you see about the chemistry from a fan's perspective?
I see them all up there having fun together, entertaining the crowd, and just really enjoying what they're doing.
Excellent, excellent. So
it makes it for a much better show.
It really does. I mean, you hear so much about different bands and, you know, how they argue, and you can tell that they're just not blending. But, you know, from the few times I've seen you guys, that definitely is not the case. So another thing I want to talk to you guys about is the fact that you guys are, you know, out there every weekend. It seems like every weekend you're doing one or two shows.
Weekends.
Yes, yes. So how do you keep that drive going?
It's funny because I'm not exactly a spring chicken anymore, and people ask me that all the time. You know, I mean, I have a day gig.
Yeah.
You know, I work during the weekend. Pretty much everybody in the band does.
Yeah.
And they're like, how do you do that? How do you work, you know, your day gig all through the week and then go out and you play all weekend? I'll have to admit, you know, on weekends when we have Friday night, Saturday night Tantrum shows, it's rough. I mean, on Sundays, I'm pretty much in a coma. But it's when you have a passion to do what you do, especially make music, you know, it makes all that just insignificant to me, you know, and I'm like, it's what powers me, it's what keeps me going, and I think it's what keeps a lot of guys, and Joe in the band going.
Yeah.
Is, you know, going out each weekend, you know, seeing the fans, getting interaction from the crowds, whenever we do what we do, it just, you know, makes it all worthwhile.
Excellent, excellent. Mike, how about you from a fan perspective? Looking at that, coming out to every show.
It's fun to watch. I don't know how else to explain it. It's just good to watch them all up there having such a good time, making so many people happy every week.
Yeah, yeah, and you can tell with the band that they're, like we talked about, they're having a lot of fun. Okay, so now, You guys do 70s, 80s, and 90s. So many songs to choose from. How do you pick them?
Actually, we kind of do it a little democratically within the band, and I'm all the time, you know, sending a note out to the band, and I'm like, okay, guys, throw some song ideas out there. Let's talk about them. And so everybody will kind of throw some ideas out there. Some will fix, well, I don't know if we can do that one, if that one worked too good, or if it would fit with kind of what we're trying to do. And we sort of whittle them down, and we get a list. Okay, these 5 or 6 songs, all right, when we go back into our next rehearsal, this is what we're going to work on. So that's kind of our process. But yeah, it is hard. I mean, there's a lot of songs out there. But you got to make sure, especially when you're like us and you're out playing every weekend to the crowds that we play to primarily, you want to make sure you're choosing the right songs that the fans are going to enjoy. So you kind of have to stay mostly popular. You know, songs that people are going to recognize, very recognizable songs, or very few. So
yeah. Is there one moment, you know, one show that just sticks out with you?
Absolutely. Our very first time playing at the Fillmore, without a doubt, and I'll probably never forget. You know, I mean, you know, we've been around for a few years, and I'll never forget walking out onto the stage and the roar from the crowd that I was totally not expecting, and I don't think anybody in the band was expecting at all, was just amazing. It was like, it was a huge, you know, you were there.
Yes.
You know, it was packed and wall to wall. And probably a lot of people don't know this. I'm gonna tell a funny story here. The entire first song, my guitar wasn't even working.
Oh wow!
Whenever we walked out on the stage, either myself or Rob kicked the power on for my wireless unit, and it wasn't even working the entire first song. But so finally, the tech guy came up there and he got it fixed and got me plugged back in. But that show was instilled in my mind was absolutely amazing. We were very blessed. Right after that, we were asked by the Fillmore to come back 2 months later and do another opening show for Zoso, the Led Zeppelin tribute. So we got to play the Fillmore twice within 2 months. So
Awesome.
it was just both of those experiences were totally awesome. But when we did that opening act we opened up for Trial by Fire, giving Ernie and our friends there. When we did that opening act, people just walked through.
Yeah. That's really fun, right?
Yeah. So, but it was absolutely great. It was absolutely great, and it's something I'll probably never forget. So.
You know, and I don't forget that moment too, because I remember when you guys came out on the stage, and the look on your eyes, and Joe is looking and saying, "Hey, so and so. Hey, so and so. Hey, so and so." But to me, that spoke volumes about your relationship with your fans.
And we were very fortunate. We had, I mean, Tantrum Nation was out in force of that, and they were all right up front for that entire show.
You could tell.
And it was a magical night. Without a doubt, it was a very magical night for us.
It was a magical night. The times I've seen you guys have been magical. It's always a pleasure seeing you and talking with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Jody.
Thank you, buddy.
Mike, thank you. All right, this has been Tantrum. Hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely go out and see Tantrum if you have a chance. What page should they go to?
Facebook is Tantrum Band on Facebook. So make sure you go to the page, give us a like, and say hello to us.
You'll see Jody, you'll see Mike. All right, this has been Chatting with Chaz. Next up, we got Paul Shaheen, News Channel 3 sports anchor Chattanooga, and David Glenn, meteorologist for News Channel 9 in Chattanooga. Hope you enjoyed the show, and this is Chaz Webb reminding you, if you ain't chatting until you're chatting with Chaz. Good night, friends. All right, good deal.
Awesome, man.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank
bro.
you.
Enjoyed
Appreciate
that.
it.
Enjoyed that.